Welcome back. I'm the New York City gardener. So as you can see, it's very windy today, as usual in New York City, but I want to get a few things done before the sun sets. I have some debris that I want to clean up, and I want to do some planting of my cool weather crops, and then also do some potting up of some of my warm weather crops. I want to get them into bigger containers. So let's get to it. I decided to move this planter because there was a bunch of debris back here. So I want to get all this cleaned up and in the trash, and then also do some cleaning here. But in the meantime, look at this bok choy. It is doing so well. They got a bit crowded, and I think that's just like when they get watered, the seeds kind of cluster over in one area. So I did transplant some of these, and I tried to like move them around to different spots. And then I transplanted some of them to this container just because I didn't have anything growing in it. I'm probably gonna have a tomato in here later. So I'm gonna get as much of this cleaned up by hand as possible. Then I do have a vacuum that I can use to get up all the rest of the dirt. So a little bug. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Got all the major stuff up. So now let's grab the vacuum. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash that whole area using Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. So this is just liquid soap. And then what I'm doing, look at all that soap. Wow. All right, so watch this. This is like my new favorite tool. It's kind of like a pressure washer. It's really more for like washing your car, but hey, works on this too. Just keep everything nice and clean. As you can see, it's not coming off fully, so I'm probably gonna scrub it. So I'm just gonna wipe it down like this. So good. And then what you can do is there's like a different kind of setting, so I can change it to where it just has water coming out. So we'll do that and then give it a nice rinse. Ugh, there's a bug. I'm gonna try to save it. All right, come here. Can you grab onto that? Sometimes I'm like, why am I saving a bug? I'm not sure what kind of bug it is, but some kind of flying thing, but I don't want to just leave him here. There we go. Okay, what did I just save? Friend or foe? What kind of bug is that? Is that a good bug, bad bug? Whatever. All right, we're gonna let him rinse off his wings and then he can do his thing. Okay, what do you think? Is that better? Oh, I feel like I should wash this. Okay, we're gonna wash this, hold on. Yeah, I just noticed like how dirty this is back here. So part of why I like to clean is, yes, for just proper maintenance, but also like there's probably bug eggs, all kinds of things here that I wanna, just cut down on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, that looks so much better. It only took me like maybe 2 minutes, so I'm just glad that I got it knocked out. What a difference, so much better. So I am gonna leave it on these wheels for now, and then tomorrow I'm going to tackle the watering system. So incredible. Since I have this new cleaning tool, I want to try to wash my lemon tree with it. As you've probably seen in my last videos, I do have an issue with citrus scale. That's these brown bumps here. And I have been washing this tree every few days, but giving it another bath would probably be good for it. Okay, here we go. Now the wind is blowing this way, so it's probably going to blow right on me. Definitely a few coming off in my hand, which is great. Okay, I think it's pretty good. So now we'll rinse it with regular water. Okay, so I would say that worked pretty well. I normally use my foaming soap, like my hand soap, and I think that works probably better. But that was a cool experiment. Yeah, I definitely got a lot of scale from the plant onto my hands, so I was able to at least get some of it off. So these are the tomato seedlings that I want to put into bigger containers. They are definitely outgrowing this container. So let's work on that. Okay, this is going to be pretty easy. Have my seedlings here, tray to just kind of catch, not make a mess. These are the trays I'm going to be putting them in. So you can see they're probably 3 times bigger. I don't know, was that 3 or 4 times bigger? In a couple of weeks. I like using my Provex BX, all my seedlings, get some of the soil. Actually, I'm not going to fill it up too much because we want to put the tomato seedlings a little bit further down. We're going to put that as far down as possible. So then we're gonna fill it up all the way. I'm sure you know this, but when you bury the stem of a tomato, it makes roots in the soil. It would be nice if it was a little deeper, but when I go to plant it for real, I'll make sure that I plant it all the way up there. Okay, pretty good. Probably be more in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and water it, and then we can always add more. Okay, we have these bottom waterings. I'm gonna let them soak up what they need, and then as the soil settles, we can add more. But overall, they're doing well. I think they're handling the transition well. Now again, I'm running out of daylight, so I want to do one more thing, and then I'll call it a day. So I have these lettuce seedlings. These need to be transplanted into containers, so I'm gonna do that now. So this one is... This is carrot lettuce, so those are looking good there. I did these yesterday. It's prize head leaf lettuce, and then we have endive here, so those are looking good too. I know they're like kind of struggling a bit, but that's just because they got transplanted, but they'll hang in there. I'm gonna put one of them in this container. These big containers are going to be some new crops that I'm trying this year. So I'm gonna be growing dwarf pumpkins, dwarf cantaloupe. Nope, sorry, that's gonna be corn, miniature corn. This is gonna be a dwarf cantaloupe and a watermelon, but it's not time to plant those yet, so that's why we're starting with lettuce, and that way we can at least get some use of the soil before those warm weather crops go in. Okay, let's get these in the soil. So I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna do the romaine. This is winter density lettuce. It kind of looks like romaine. Okay, I plant a lot of seeds, so there's a lot of plants in here. Okay, I think we got everything planted. Some of the weaker ones I planted in clusters, just that way I can make sure they at least get something. And I can always thin them out later, but I think it looks pretty good. Just need to give it a good watering. Okay, and now that the sun has set, I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. I do have some more lettuce that I wanna plant, but I can just do that tomorrow. What's one more day, not a big deal. But I'm very happy with what I got done. So it's amazing what you can get knocked out in like an hour. All right, so I'll see you guys next time.